Oh, what's going on, YouTubers? It's the Natural Born Thriller. Why am I doing that? I don't know. Sometimes I never know. But welcome everyone to WWE NXT Review, the show from February 27th, 2019 at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida. Nigel McGuinness, Percy Watson, and Mauro Ranallo. So, let's get right to the show. The show opened up with Johnny Gargano, the former NXT North American champion, unfortunately. He comes out and basically talks about, having some great matches for NXT, and then he ends up being on Raw and SmackDown along with Tommaso Ciampa. Talks about how he wrestled against the Velveteen Dream for the NXT North American Championship. Talking about how John Wrestling was back, and he was Johnny, and then the crowd were chanting Johnny Champion. But then when he fought against the Velveteen Dream for the North American Championship, which I thought him losing that belt was ridiculous. But then he failed, and also the crowds were chanting Johnny Failure, and Johnny Gargano saying even though he's not champion anymore, but he still feels like a champion. And also Tommaso Ciampa comes out, the NXT champion himself. He says that Johnny is better with Tommaso Ciampa with him, because he explains why. Because when it pertains to on Raw and SmackDown, when they were in a tag team match last week on Raw and SmackDown, they won, because Johnny was with Ciampa. And he said, but then last week with the Velveteen Dream, he asked, Gargano to be there for him, and Gargano turned him down, and look what happened. He lost. And basically said that, we need each other. And he said, you want gold around your waist again? Well, how about we enter the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic tournament? And basically saying, that's where it all started with them, which is true. That's where it all started with them, with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. And if he joins forces with him, they could take over. And sure enough, he extended his hands for a handshake to Gargano, and Gargano accepts. So DIY is officially back on NXT. And they're going to announce a promo, and that's the opening promo of the show. The opening segment is basically, but yeah, good, pretty good. I know someone who doesn't like it, but he doesn't watch it anyways. But whatever. Kathy Kelly, she was interviewing Ricochet, and Ricochet was talking about being on the main roster was pretty cool, and he's talking about his problems with his basically unfinished business with Undisputed Era, and where it pertains to Aleister Black also got some unfinished business with Undisputed Era as well, which is why he's going to go to William Regal, so that Ricochet and Aleister Black they want to take part of the Dusty Road Tag Team Classic tournament. And yeah, there you go. And folks, that's what I was talking about before. Where I think it was the Raw or the SmackDown review that I mentioned about Ricochet and Aleister Black being a tag team now on the main roster, and there was a reason why, because they're going to be part of the Dutch World Tag Team Classic, and it was announced by William Regal later on the night that Ricochet and Aleister Black are now officially part of the tournament of the Dutch World Tag Team Classic. Because we saw Mia Yim. Mia Yim's going to be warming up for her main event match against Shayna Baszler, non-title match, and we'll get to that later. DIY, Ciampa and Gargano, they walk outside the building, and also we see Candice LeRae there. She is not happy, folks. Ciampa walks off. Gargano and Candice LeRae were having some disagreements here, and then she walks off, and that was it. Yeah, what great acting there, right? But yeah, whatever. Oh god. Next we get Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah versus Tainara Conti and Xia Li. This match was garbage. Not because of Xia Li, because of Vanessa Bourne, because of Aaliyah, and because of Tanara Conti. The three of them were terrible in this match, except for Xia Li. Xia Li carried all three of them in this match. Especially she carried her tag team partner. And then what happened was that what pissed me off even more. One of the worst tag team finishing moves I've ever seen that Vanessa Bourne and Aaliyah did to Xia Li. And Xia Li loses because of that. Yeah, so Xia Li and Tanara Conti lost because of that. And of all people, Vanessa Bourne, who has been a jobber on NXT, pins Xia Li. Are you kidding me? I expected them to call an audible how terrible this match was, but because Xia Li carried this match, she did her best carrying all three of them. And look what happened. She ends up losing. Who the hell booked this match? And who the hell didn't want to call an audible of that for Xia Li to get the win over here? Oh hell, at least have Xia Li tag Tanara Conti back into the match so that she could lose. She could have taken the pinfall. You could at least still protected Xia Li in this match. Unfreaking believable. Yeah, this match was trash. And it's not Xia Li's fault. It was Vanessa Bourne, Aaliyah, and Tanara Conti's fault. Three of them were garbage. Next we see the Velveteen Dream. He arrives and he talks about, the Velveteen experience, and everyone's going to experience the Velveteen Dream being the NXT North American champion. Also, an Undisputed Era shows up, and Adam Cole wants to claim, he wants a shot at the title, or whatever. Basically they were back and forth and everything. I'm surprised that they didn't build the Velveteen Dream backstage, right there. Instead, they just let him walk off. Yeah, and another thing, by the way, too, I thought Ricochet is supposed to get a shot at the North American Championship, but now all of a sudden we're going to forget that, and now Adam Cole's going to get that shot. Then what was the point of Adam Cole losing to Ricochet then? If you remember, on that match that Ricochet and Adam Cole had, that was supposed to determine who's going to get next in line for the NXT North American Championship after Gargano and Velveteen Dream had their match. I mean, before they had their match, basically. And with Ricochet winning, I thought he could be next in line for the title, but now he's going to be in this tournament with Aleister Black and Adam Cole. He just thinks just go and get a title shot off from the Velveteen Dream, just like that. And I say myself, wait a minute, what was the point of Adam Cole again? What was the point of Adam Cole losing to Ricochet? Why couldn't Adam Cole just beat Ricochet? But whatever, right? Also, see Kathy Kelly. She's talking about where we go. Next to his in his office. Basically about the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, and all of a sudden she hears some commotions from what's going on backstage, and it was Io Shirai and Bianca Belair. They're about to have out of here, but they were just having a shouting match. And there you go. I guess that's gonna be the match. It's probably gonna be a normal contention match to determine who's gonna face Shayna Baszler. And sure enough, that's what it was too. So it was announced earlier. It was announced later on that night that Regal has booked Io Shirai versus Bianca Belair. I think it's next week, where to determine who's gonna be the new normal contender to face Shayna Baszler for the NXT Women's Championship at TakeOver New York, which by the way, they're gonna be in Brooklyn. The Barclays Center. But whatever, right? But there you go. That was the match set up. And we'll see. We'll see who wins that one. We'll see who wins that one. Excuse me. Next we get to, oh my god, Dominik Dijakovic and Keith Lee having a match. This match was incredible, except for one problem. It ended by a double countout. But yeah, it showcased both of them, how impressive they were, how athletic they can be, how they could go toe to toe with each other, and these guys were having a clinic, basically shutting the house down. But unfortunately, it ended by a double countout. So I'm assuming we'll get this match again at TakeOver. I'm assuming. And if we do, great. Hopefully hopefully it'll be a 10 times better match than what we got here too. I guess it was just a taste of where we're going to be getting all these two, and then we'll get a decisive winner at Takeover. I'm assuming that's what it's going to lead to. Hopefully it does lead to that. But that was a great match so far. Best match on that night. And we haven't got to the main event yet. we haven't got to the main event yet. So then we get on the announcement of who's going to be who also is going to be part of the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic tournament, because they already announced it last week, and now we got some new ones in here this week, and we got DIY, which is Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. You got Ricochet and Aleister Black. You got Mustache Mountain, which is Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, and you got 1-2, which is Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch. Everybody announced last week about that too. What pertains to who's in the tournament as well. You got Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish of Undisputed Era. You got Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake of the Forgotten Sons. You got the Street Profits, which is Angelo Dawkins and Montel Ford. And I'm trying to remember who was the other team. That's in it too. Marshall Bardell and Fabian Eichner. So yeah, the tag team the tournament for the WC World Tag Team Classic is complete. The bracket is complete, and now all we gotta do is look for that tournament for the upcoming weeks until we get to the Takeover to see who's gonna be the number contenders to face the NXT Tag Team Champions, War Raiders, which is Rowan Hansen at Takeover New York, which they're gonna be in Brooklyn, the Barclays Center, but we're recording Takeover New York though. Makes no sense. Whatever. I mean, if you want to call it, if you want to call it Takeover New York, why couldn't it be in New York City? Why couldn't it be in the Madison Center? Or at least try to do a show at Madison Square Garden. Oh, I forgot that's already taken, right? I'm assuming, unless the Takeover is gonna be on a Friday. But whatever, right? I mean, it'll be nice for NXT Takeover to be in Madison Square Garden. Then you could really call it Takeover New York. Or at least at the Hammerstein Ballroom. But whatever, right? Oh yeah, a surprise appearance for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley, the Boston Hug Connection. And Izzy was there at the show at Full Sail, and she was crying. She was happy that she saw Bayley making her surprise return to NXT, and the crowds were popping, by the way, when they both came out. Well, Sasha Banks came out first, and then Bayley came out. So they said that it feels good to be home, and they said that they're the NXT they're the Women's Tag Team Champions. And they said that the last time they were there, it was Takeover Respect when they had the Iron Woman match, which I call it the Iron Maid match. And then Bayley points out to Izzy is like, it's okay, Sasha Banks is she's a different person now. Yeah, for those who remember that match for Takeover Respect, the main event, the Iron Woman match, the Iron Maid match, whichever you want to call it. Sasha Banks was being an ass to Izzy. And she made Izzy cry on that night too. Oh man, that was a good storytelling too. By the way, Sasha Banks being the heel and everything, and Bayley being the fan favorite and all that. Oh man, it was great. It was awesome, man. But anyways, but they brought that up though, and then they brought up the fact that with them being the tag champions, they're gonna be on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. And they said to any women's that are tag team from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, step up your game, because they're not gonna they're not gonna take you lightly. The women's tag team champions, Bayley and Sasha Banks. And there you go. And that was it. So yeah, it was good. It was good seeing them on NXT. They feel right at home. Instead of being on the main roster, suffering. Just saying. And then we see Shayna Baszler warming up for her main event match against Mia Yim, and we get to the main event match right now. Mia Yim versus Shayna Baszler. Pretty good match, back and forth. They were basically they're basically at each other's leg. Mia Yim's leg was damaged by Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler's leg was damaged by Mia Yim. The hand of Shayna Baszler was damaged too. Where it was good start. It was good start on this match too, by the way, between these two. Where Shayna Baszler went for the Karakura clutch. The Karakura clutch, I meant to say. And Mia Yim went to the bad arm of it, and Shayna Baszler let go, and then she went for it again later on, and on this time she wrapped her legs around Mia Yim's arms so that she won't be able to go after one of her back arm again, and sure enough, Mia Yim taps out. She fought her hardest too, by the way, and again, good match, very good match, and Shayna Baszler ends up winning the match. Awesome. So Shayna Baszler is still looking strong as an NXT Women's Champion, even though it wasn't for the title. And by the way, folks, that's how it's done. And if you're a champion in a non-title match, you win. Unlike the main roster, Asuka is who's the SmackDown Women's Champion. You go in there to face someone from SmackDown in a one-on-one non-title match. You win, but instead WWE decided to have Asuka lose to Mandy Rose in a stupid, incredible, I meant to say in an incredibly stupid faction, the way they did it. NXT did it right. Why can't WWE on the main roster do it right? Especially with the Revival too. They're the Raw Tag Team Champions, but they're losing in non-title matches. Talking about wrestling for NXT from February 27th, 2019. I believe it was 3 matches. Let me just double check. Yes, 3 matches. And my overall strength for the show, I'm going to go 7 out of 10. Pretty damn good show. And that being said, thank you for watching. It's the Natural Born Driller saying peace on the streets.